My name is Jacob Adams. I'm a fitness and leadership coach. I help people just like you achieve more, get to the next level in your fitness, in your overall clarity, self-acceptance, and other areas that matter the most to you, to people. Have you been struggling with numbing yourself, sedating yourself? I know that the question itself is quite loaded and maybe even vague to understand. See, I know that I can actually raise my hand and say, yeah, I've sedated and numbed myself at points in my life throughout the years. It's a very common idea. I mean, if someone's having a stressful day, for example, and they need to eat some fatty foods or go to a Chinese buffet to gorge themselves and to feel a relief or an increase in dopamine, for example, that's a type of sedation because the person was experiencing stress or discomfort and chose to sedate and numb themselves with food. And sedation comes in many forms, shapes, sizes, intensities. And this video isn't one that I'm making to judge. As I said, I'm a fitness and leadership coach. My position will be one of help and guidance. And I'd like you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone in this vulnerable truth. You see, sedation, like as far back as I can remember, started in my life back in my teenage years when I was partying more than I should. I'd get with my friend Jason and we'd walk the town, skateboard through the town, drinking some alcohol and just enjoying life. Eventually, with enough of these days, or days like that or similar to those, right? Eventually, I found myself depressed, in a rut, feeling like things were never going to get better or like friends had fallen away. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to take today, I'm going to take this day, I'm going to take where I'm at, and I'm going to never come back to this position. I actually tattooed the word lost on my ankle, and I committed to starting to work out, and it's been a path out of that vicious cycle for many years. Now, that wasn't the last time I saw sedation. As time would go on, there was a time, for example, in a relationship that in a way I was in that relationship because it just helped me get through, not being alone, right? And so in a way, it wasn't one that I really thought I'd be in long term, but it was just one that helped me feel like things were going to be okay, I guess. And so that's a type of escapism, right, that I saw in my own life. And these are just two examples. It could be watching too many movies or too much TV or binge watching TV. It could be watching pornography. It could be smoking too much weed or drinking too much alcohol. You see, it's not about what you're doing. The question is, are you doing it and do you know why? I think those are the most important questions because this isn't about, again, a judgment. This is more to illuminate, to highlight if in fact you are sedating. Now, if you're not sedating, congratulations. I think that you're a pretty remarkable person. And I really mean that because I really believe that most people do have a type of sedative behavior that they engage in. That's really what I think. So recently when I read The Warrior's Way by Garrett J. White is when I started reading the word sedation. Now, years ago, I read the book named The War of Art by Steven Pressler. Not The Art of War by Sun Tzu, but The War of Art by Steven Pressler. And in that book, Steven Pressler goes in to discuss how every time we want to achieve something great, resistance comes in and tries to stop us. And so what I found interesting about sedation is, unlike resistance, which is something external or even internal, sedation is almost like an admittance, once you understand what sedation is, that we're in complete control, but we choose to actually hold ourselves back by seeking an escape from the pain. And so what I have found then, to cut to the chase, is that pain, in a way, needs to be felt. And we have to harness that pain in order to propel us, use the pain as fuel to propel us, to harness us, to push us into the next level. I started this video saying I'm a fitness and leadership coach, helping people just like you get to the next level. So here it is. To reach the next level, we have to embrace a life of less sedation, less numbing, falling less into the temptations, basically, and using and feeling the pain that is there, that we're trying to escape from, harnessing it, and pushing us with action, with positive action, into the next level. And that's what I have found. Now, in doing so, let's just say at the beginning of January, I did the 180 with Advocare. Lost 17 pounds, gained some muscle, I feel great, I look great, I have a good self-esteem. So now what's next? In doing that 80-day process, which was awesome, I now have really connected with an inner strength, an inner focus that I'm able to harness. It doesn't mean it's always easy. Prior to making this video, there was 2 other takes, maybe 3 other takes that I started the video, I didn't make it. I mean, life isn't perfect or easy just because I have that inner strength. Do you understand? It's not that my life is all of a sudden so easy. What is occurring, though, is this connection with my inner strength. And with that connection, I'm able to develop more and more and more of that inner strength and focus through meditation, through working out, through reading, through making this video. You know, these things can only happen through application, practice, the stuff that we all know works. We all know that focus, hard work, dedication, sacrifice works. The thing is, that really is the only thing that does work. And that's what I found. And really, if you examine human behavior or history in the last 20, 30 years, that's what we have seen. Is that people have to step up to the plate and be the best version of themselves in order to achieve the goals they say they want. And without that, they're not going to achieve them. And what we're seeing now, that it's pretty much clear cut across all areas of life, that if someone doesn't understand that, they will not achieve the next level. And that's why I'm making this video. Because without addressing sedation, it's very difficult to reach the next level. Because even if you were to obtain one of the metrics in the next level, you may not even fully enjoy the next level because you're so busy escaping that level on some level. Again, I'll say that again just in case you don't think I know what I said for whatever reason. When you reach the next level, if you're still sedating or numbing yourself, you may not even fully enjoy or realize you're at that next level because on some level, you're still escaping it. So that's what we're understanding now. Again, prior to this era, this epoch of our human understanding, we may have not understood that. We may have thought that a little sedation is okay. But as we push and push and grow, we now can say, sure, maybe at the first levels of any endeavor or any type of human growth or evolution, some sedation is okay. Yet as we look to the next and next and next and next level of growth, we see that sedation, numbing, falling into temptations for the sake of just feeling a little bit of pleasure does not yield us the result that we so much say that we want. And so it becomes a test of will, a test of ambition, a test of expression, a test of evolution, a universal, cataclysmic, frickin' put your money where your mouth is type of moment where people have to step up, put up, or shut up. And that's the truth that we now know. So I've written down some ideas for you to consider as you look to remove, identify sedation and numbing in your own life. First one is identify the common or favorite forms of sedation. Now, right off the bat, I could tell you for many people that in my world that I've seen, that I know, that I speak to on an everyday basis, it's binge watching TV, it's smoking a lot of weed, drinking a lot of alcohol, watching pornography. It could be other forms, but I'll leave it at that. Meaning those are popular ones. Overeating, overindulging frequently, using food as like an emotional escapism. Now, again, I have to say this to be clear. This isn't a judgment if you're doing those things at all. This is really for people that want to step up to the next level. See, you really can't say you're willing to do whatever it takes to get to the next level if you're not willing to look at something as silly as drinking too much alcohol, for example. That's fair, right? You can't really say that you're willing to do whatever it takes to reach the next level, but if somebody says, stop drinking alcohol, you're like, well, I won't do that. So then naturally, you won't do whatever it takes because that's a relatively logical, suggestion. So, number 2 is admit it to someone you trust who wants you to succeed. Admit that you sedate on some way, shape, or form with food, with any kind of way, what it is that you're sedating with. Admit it to someone you trust. It could be your spouse, it could be a counselor, it could be a coach, it could be a best friend, someone that has your best interest in mind. So tell them in ways that you're escaping and sedating so that they can hold you accountable to a degree. And this is challenging because not necessarily everybody cares. And that's where these kind of moments and getting a coach or someone that really does truly want you to succeed earnestly matters. Okay? So consider counseling if you have to, or AA meetings or something. You cannot sedate all the things you hate. Okay? This one is that was a quote by Marilyn Manson, or one of the songs I heard years and years ago. You cannot sedate all the things you hate. Meaning, you're going to feel pain in this life. And you can't escape it all. Sure, you may escape some of it. You might numb some of it. Yet some of it you will feel. Today, even, it's interesting, I'm making this video. Today, even as I was lifting weights, one of the songs by Kid Cudi that came on was, you can do all you can to numb the pain, but it won't go away, or something like that. Basically, he was saying you're not going to numb all of the pain. And so the important thing, again, is to feel the pain that you need to, and then let it drive you to the next level. Feel the pain, breathe into the pain, and harness the energy to propel you to the next level. One day at a time. Understand that you are where you are. And the only thing you can do once you understand this message is take it one day at a time. I'd love to be further along in this idea, or be able to say I haven't exhibited any type of sedation for years, and that's just not true. What is true is I've done pretty good, and now I want to do better. Now, knowing the word, knowing the construct, being aware of how I've sedated, I can now push myself to the next level. So take it one day at a time. Once you do understand, take it, win the day. channel the energy into a positive outlet. For me, years and years ago, it was working out, which is a great suggestion. It could be meditation, it could be working out, it could be starting a business, it could be anything that's going to help you grow. Once you remove a type of sedation, be ready to put it to work, channel that energy into a positive outlet. For me, it's making more YouTube videos. That's one of my outlets for the way I'm not sedating now. Okay, so common mistakes when people identify sedation, I think they might take this message and think that it has no value. Or it's like any other video I make. I think that the biggest error is not getting anything from it. You see, these are powerful ideas that if you embrace it fully, you're going to get the highest return. But if you ignore it fully, you're gonna pay the highest price. So the biggest mistake is to completely discount this totally. See, just being aware of these concepts, numbing, sedation, and how we fall into temptation with them is a big step in the right direction. So the last thing you want to do is completely ignore how and what way you may be numbing yourself and sedating yourself. Okay? That's the worst mistake you can make in this conversation. By the reverse, following these tips, starting the conversation, examining yourself, being aware of yourself is a step in the right direction. So do take a step in the right direction. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So comment below, subscribe if you haven't done so. I'd love to hear what you have to say on ways that you may be sedating. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer the best of my ability as a coach in performance and helping people get to their next level. I'll do everything I can to point you in the right direction to get to your next level. So comment below and I'll talk to you soon. This is Jacob Adams. See you next time.